everybody! I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. This is the first game of the Phoenix Wright series, and the first game of this original trilogy. We're going on adventures, and yes, Val, I do have tomorrow off. Welcome in, Val. Hi, Mayo. I see Val got first as always. Congrats on second. Yes, we can absolutely do the thing. Fractal, Stardew, whatever. I haven't touched Guild Wars 2 in several days because I've been made to work. I don't like that. I don't think it's acceptable. Grah! You have disgraced me for the last time, Steel Samurai. Oh, it's too slow. The moon? No, it is you who should gaze upon the moon. For it will be the last moon you ever see. Ah! The warrior's swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. I'm glad. Our law offices. That rocked! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here. What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. I love him because he's like he's got a vibe about him. Look at him. That is a Power Rangers boss fight right there. Or an upgrade. I feel like actually he'd probably fit in better with a themed Kamen Rider. Like imagine Ancient Japan Kamen Rider. Like he'd fit in just fine there. Or like a Neo Tokyo style Kamen Rider. Where everyone's in old-fashioned clothes and wears old-fashioned things, but yeah. But like also robots for some reason. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey! I'm only 17! That's 17, see? I'm a teen. Not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. It's okay. She's over 16, which makes her practically a grandmother, like me. I am also over 16 and therefore practically a grandmother. As Vine has taught me. Also, guess who didn't fall in the ramen that staff made? It was me. I didn't fall in. We got to eat it and everything. And I didn't even get tangled up in it. So proud. Staff says, that's because you ate one noodle that you made us lift into a little spoon, and then you ate that noodle, and then you made us keep doing that until you had eaten the bowl. But I didn't make a mess. And they didn't either. We did it. Ramen is delicious. Anyway. Then watch it with me. He's really cool. And it's really popular. When we asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I really worry about kids these days. Gramps! Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. Ramen! Oh yes, the Splatfest question has been revealed already. We just got through the last one, and now they are pitting us against each other again. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, would it be bread, rice, or pasta? And I cannot. And I don't know if they mean like rice in rice form, or could I use it as rice flour? Because if that's the case, then I would have so many delicious things. Or, like, do they mean pasta like pasta? Or do they count gnocchi as pasta? Or are they I'm overthinking this. But, like, at a certain point, bread is also pasta? Wow! Like, can the bread be part of a sandwich? If it's plain, I don't know what I'd want. I wouldn't want any of it if it's plain, necessarily. Well, except for brown bread. Oh, sorry. Brown bread is generally known as molasses bread outside of the area where I live. It gets very confusing, because when people come here and ask for brown bread, we hand them brown bread. But what they mean is whole wheat. They are incorrect. Anyway, now I mentioned spicy dill pickle chips. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time, but no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law offices. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. Side note, because of the way the future works, there is an extremely good case that Phoenix lives in the law offices. Ignore the fact that this is his bedroom. There's a very good case for him living in the law offices. Because of the way Japan is. Hello? This is Phoenix. Nick! Maya, what? It's still early. Hey, it's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain! Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV! Yeah, on TV. No, I mean he actually did it in real life. He skewered a villain with the samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office, quick! Please, Nick! Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The samurai spear was also found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. Yes, stuck through the body! Police think it was the murder weapon because it was stuck through the body. Sensible. Now, that said, I make fun, but oftentimes, like, if you poison someone and then stick a knife in them, the police would be like, knife did it, and the coroner would be like, the pathologist, rather, would be like, actually arsenic, thanks, I think you'll find. That was a twist that I wrote once for a short story that I was writing for one of my creative writing classes, where the whole time they're like, who stabbed him? And somebody did stab him, to be fair. She very much did stab the man. But it turns out he'd been poisoned first. She thought he was sleeping on the couch, like, you know, just like passed out or whatever, drunk. So she stabbed him. And yeah, that was a thing. Murder at a party. 2 people did it. Only, technically, one of them did it. But dang if she didn't mean to. And then he ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times. Yeah. This has to be a joke. No. It's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. Hey, it's Maya's cell phone. Yes? Wright and Cola offices. What? Nick! It's the Steel Samurai. What? Yes? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go? Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I've decided this will be our first case. I love her little puff cheeks. Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention center and meet the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case or just do some sightseeing, I wonder? My money's on sightseeing. And the idea is, we don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. No, we just don't have enough information. Can I examine my office? Oh. We still have Maya's favorite plant. Okay, we can leave. Okay, hate me for this, but I hate sightseeing and tourist traps. Understandable. Still taking y'all to Peggy's Cove if you ever come here. That's the Steel Samurai. What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client. That's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. But he definitely did it. Murder. At least once. Maybe twice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No. No. This is getting off to a great start. I know. You're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know? I don't want to wreck their dreams. Willpower! He looks like a himbo. Well done, chat. You figured him out. Mr. Powers has what we like to call an untreated anxiety disorder. He's a silly little guy. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know why, but I just really need to munch these spicy chips. I don't understand. I had a big bowl of ramen for dinner, and I just really want spicy chips for some reason. Ooh, ah. Staff, why is this happening to me? Staff says it's because I crawled in the bag. And I did crawl in the bag. I live here now. In this chip bag. I got 9 brains and some of them want chips. Okay. I can do this. I'm taking this chip with me. Okay, I I got it. I did it! Ow. Like light with a death note. I hid in the chip bag. Okay. No, I have not heard Kesha's new song. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. Nick? What? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah. He didn't do it. No, I get you. Sometimes a song makes you feel things. Lots of songs make me feel things. Most of them are a desire to go back to the sea. The ocean. The ocean is many things. Okay. Let's actually settle in properly. I can't be tamed. Staff knows this. Okay, let's talk. Maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yeah, yes, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 that morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon. But when 5 came around, and the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. They took off his mask, and discovered that it was Jack Hammer. Dead! He had been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon. I don't need this again, oops. I accidentally tapped the wrong thing. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's new to this and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Neo-Old Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate. Although, I guess he did defeat him this time. I see. Neo-Old Tokyo? Who comes up with these names? Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright, you have a man in front of you named Will Powers. You have a man named Will Powers. Your prosecutor was named Miles Edgeworth. And that's not the least of this. Winston Payne is a real name, but to be fair, sounds like Winston Payne. And you want to tell me who comes up with these names? Frank saw it? My man. My man. Red White, CEO of Blue Corp? Exactly. My man. My guy. My buddy. My pal. Mister. Come on. Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studios at 9 o'clock. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder? Some action hero. What will the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right. Global Studios. I'll draw you a map. Wow! Nick, let's go! I'm willing to bet $10 she asked for autographs. Yeah, my man was just a biddy. Chat, see if you can figure out who done this by the names of the people. Wow! So this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome! Are you excited? Oh no. I forgot about this security guard! Yeah, you'll see. Now, what voice are we gonna get out? Do we have any Golden Girls voices in our repertoire? No. Wait, maybe. We'll give it our best. I know, right? Golden Girls was a delight. Hey, you there. You want in, you gotta go through me. Nope. Hang on. I gotta get this. I can get it. Well, I do declare. You want in, you gotta go through me. You want in, you gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youths today. Something horrible happens. Oh, wow, I can't keep up with all that. I can't keep up with all that. Just trust me that she's grumping and complaining. Nick? Will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know. It's possible. Hey! Listen when you're being spoken to. Youths today. Yeah, I think this was the correct choice. Why would I be shocked? Golden Girls was amazing. Really sad that basically everyone on it is passed now. Golden Girls was amazing, first of all. And second of all, one of the most progressive shows of the time. And in fact, one of the most progressive shows of the today, if I'm being completely honest. But it's really good. Of course you've seen it. Oh! Oh god, it's the yapping old lady. It is! Wendy Oldbag. So, what do you do here at the studios? Well, at Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Well, wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know? But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too. He was... Hammer? The victim, dummy! The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Welcome in, Red! we gave her the funny southern accent because I know later we're gonna get out an even more interesting voice with this woman. Villains are fun. I couldn't stop snacking. I will not be more chipped than octopus. Stop. That was mean. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers?
He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer.
We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty.
Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job.
She does have kind of the higher the hair, the closer to God look about her.
What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if you only knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that, reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. Is enough to make you cry.
Why are you so certain that Mr. Powers is the killer?
I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now, the studio where the murder took place is to the left of here. So, if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him.
But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room.
Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it.
Guys, I was right! I was right! This is the correct accent. I mean, Peanut's gonna be more than what Gumshoe's getting paid, though. I'm pretty sure Gumshoe's getting paid in Police Badger Mascot. I don't remember the mascot's name, but I love it.
Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along.
We're here at Mr. Powers' request.
Humph! I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll just let you in.
This lady here thinks she owns the place, obviously.
Alright.
Guess we're going back to see Mr. Powers. Hello.
How was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they?
No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick?
Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect.
I know he's a sweetheart. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio.
Oh, the security lady?
She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking.
Yeah, actually, she said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask, were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio, but let her see you stumble once and she'll never let it up on you.
Oh, she's got some nerve. Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation?
Of course! I just hope this will get me past that security lady.
We haven't seen Fear. I demand to be able to give him a hug. Fair enough. He's got big, strong arms. He's very huggable. Let's ask him about his alibi again. Why can we do that again?
Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you?
What?
No, I'd never do that.
Just now you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch.
Yeah, like a baby.
But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What?
That's not possible.
I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise.
Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry. But I swear to you that on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me? What did you see? He doesn't seem to be lying. 'Cause he's not. You know exactly what she saw. Will Powers is very huggable. He's certainly very huggable. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Hmm? Yes, yes, I recognize the bold, childish scrawl. To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass, but only left from here toward the studios. No going to the right. That's the employee area. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick. Huh? There were maps in the security guard station. Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents apiece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents! We absolutely did just steal that. She does! She's an old lady! Why, with 50 cents? Why, with 50 cents, you could probably ride the tram, go into town, see a moving picture, possibly a talkie if you were feeling particularly fancy. You could buy yourself a little lunch, and still have enough money left over to have a nice little dessert and ride the tram back home again. Why, in those days, 50 cents! 50 cents was a lot of money once. Where can that happen in LA? Well, man, if you guys ever get trams back. Hey, aren't you that murderer from the other day? Ah! It's that confused detective. Hey, pal, you know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset, and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chad. Two things. One, that is the saddest. He's the saddest sad boy. Miles Edgeworth is such a sad boy. And two, it made me think immediately of Cabbage Kaiba. And if you don't know what I mean when I say Cabbage Kaiba, wholeheartedly suggest looking up the GIF. So? Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. Oh, you're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Well... Edgeworth mentioned, why am I getting thirsty again? Because we love Edgeworth. He's so good. We're on this case too, pal. Huh? Hey, you can't just go saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait. I'd say he's a character, all right. Why am I getting... Edgeworth mentioned, why am I getting thirsty again? That's why. That's my endearing character trait is an amazing line. So, how's your investigation going, Detective? Well, it's... Hey, I can't tell you that, pal.
Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions.
Right. So, Detective, mind if I take a look at what you got? What I got? The autopsy report. The latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal. Oh, shoot! He actually gave it to us! Saying sorry 24/7 shouldn't be anyone's endearing character trait. It's appropriation of my Canadian culture. We're the ones who go, sorry, eh, bud?
That's our job. That's what I've learned.
Not the updated autopsy report!
No!
Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal! The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30, and that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal! If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate.
Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence.
Thanks for cheering me up. About the security lady. Ah, that sweet old lady. What a charmer. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee.
Remember what Powers said. She's a sucker for authority.
She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence.
What?
What kind of evidence? Well, that photo. The photo of the steel samurai headed towards the scene of the crime.
What? Who took that?
See the camera up there on the gate, pal?
The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign?
Yeah. Whenever someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them.
Oh no! Nick, he has evidence. We're finished.
Funny, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that. Oh.
We'd like to ask the employees here some questions.
Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. Ha 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 ha! I'm glad someone here seems to be enjoying themselves.
Nick, let's go! We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out.
You woke up at 7 a.m. this morning? You are going to bed when stream is done. Go to bed. You should go to bed. We can play Stardew if you want, but go to bed. Go get some nappy naps. Some eepy time. Yeah, I'll break at Stardew. Anything else to talk to you about? No. Anything to present with? No. Anything to examine? The studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. But what kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1. Left to Studio 2.
What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted.
Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took the tree down with it, too. Did it? Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path to the left? It looks like a tree fell over the path. Oh, yeah, that way's kind of dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. That's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. Really? Hey, there's a camera here. That's a security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. STI 307. That must be the camera ID number. I'm a little bushed. Maybe I'll take a short rest here. Hey, good idea, pal.
Detective? Aren't you on the case?
Well, yeah, but hey, us detectives get tired of standing around too, pal.
I don't need sleep, I need tea. No, you need sleep.
The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body.
Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked.
Looks like you need a card key to get in. Makes sense that they would want to keep non-employees out.
I mean, we did ruin Edgeworth's life, now that I'm thinking of it. Okay. You mean saved it? I mean, yeah, we did. He wasn't okay. He's not okay now. But we'll fix him up. Don't worry. He's gonna have such a good time. Nick, look! That security lady is in the guard station, stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts.
Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need teeth to chew them. Hey, you! Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took that photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see.
We'll solve his unnecessary feelings. Yes! I saw an animactic, like, 2 days ago to I Hate Your Stupid Face, which is a love song for those of you who don't know. And I just, 10 out of 10. I don't even like that song very well, but someone animated Edgeworth. And I was like, done! Sold! We take our Edgeworth Phoenix ships here, and we sail them! It's so good.
This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1 o'clock. The murder happened right around 2:30, see?
Add Edgeworth to anything, and it's an insta 10 out of 10. This is true facts. I would like to see Edgeworth in something like Danganronpa. He'd be terrible at it. But I'd like to see him there anyway.
The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one that did it, I don't know who is. Maybe it was you? Oh, good one, Sonny. She thinks I was joking.
Probably for the better. Let's see. A short list of things. If you got put in Danganronpa, do you think you'd survive? Probably not. Danganronpa is a lot of things. He'd make the trials too short because of logic. Danganronpa is a series that is a horror series that likes to make you sad. It's not quite Devilman. Devilman is a horror series that if you ever find yourself feeling even a spark, even the tiniest little bit of hope, put the comic book down for a second. Set the book down, walk away. Don't come back. You will only make yourself sad, and you will get sadder as you go. Devilman is a very famous manga series from, like, a long time ago. It was recently, in my mind, made into an anime that just sort of was... The Devilman Crybaby anime was very good, but I don't think it's good for new people to get into the series. It was kind of a greatest hits of the manga. So if you've read the manga, it's great. You get to see all the cool parts animated. But if you haven't, you're going to be left sitting there going, what just happened? Because they tried to cram a really long series into like 10 episodes. You can do something like Hellsing in 10 episodes. It has 10 collected manga volumes. It's easy to do that for. Each of them constitutes an episode. But Devilman's not easy to do that with. It is a series about a teenage boy and his best friend. His best friend is actually Lucifer, secretly. Said teenage boy gains, demon superpowers. It's like Chainsaw Man, but there's so much less humor in it. Just infinitely less humor in it. And it gets wild. So Devilman starts out as like a fun little like, oh, what's going on here? The world is fine, but there are secret demons and now you have to fight them. It starts out like that. And then like everybody's practicing for the big relay race, I think, or sports day or whatever. And then the apocalypse just happens. It just takes a turn. And, like, it's wild. Like, you know, you're worried about that. And then it's not even that the apocalypse happens. It's that they go to sports day or whatever, and some guy, like, hulks out demon-like. He demons up. And people are like, whoa, demons are real? Because he does this on live television. And then people do the usual thing that they do in series like this, in horror series, where they go, oh no, we have no way of knowing who could suddenly demon out at any second. And demons are bad and terrible and such. And everybody turns on each other and, you know, so on and so forth. And then the world just kind of spirals out from there. Oh, Devilman will wreck you up. Like I said, if you ever think you might feel a spark of hope for a second, don't. Just set that aside. It's not happening. Whatever you would like, whenever you're like, maybe a good outcome will come from this, don't. It won't. It will not. That's just how it is. Oh, you're running for your life from bad people, and you see the van that your friends have and promise to drive to get you out of there? Oh boy, a spark of hope. Oh no, the consequences. Uh-oh. Anyway, you guys can enjoy Devilman later. Was the victim, Mr. Hammer, a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was? Past tense? Sort of. It gets a bit Lord of the Flies. I don't know how to explain. Because it's not quite Lord of the Flies. It does turn that way a little bit. But if the whole world was doing that. It's, It's a very stressful situation, and people react to that stressful situation in the way that you would expect. By trying to protect the only people that they by trying to protect the people that they care about, and the people they care about only. And it's sort of the fallout and results of what comes from that. I will say that the entire impetus for the story is because two boys, one boy who is actually Lucifer, have feelings for each other and may
are at their weakest in a relationship are best friends. And then it follows that Lucifer, knowing his purpose, this is not his name in the story. I don't remember his name offhand. Because I watched this all in Japanese, and I read awkward translations from the internet that do things like all according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan. You know this stuff. There is certainly a strong argument to be made. A strong argument to be made for them being gay, or at least for what is his name? Whatever Lucifer's name is, at least for him. Strong argument. Is it? I have it turned down and everything. Oh, I know the one you mean. I get you. It took a second. Though, admittedly, my brain inserted Padam instead. Because that was the song here for Pride. That was the song here for Pride last year, too, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I will say this because the series is like 30 years old. It's older than 30 years old, actually. The series is old, so I will say this right now. The entire sort of through line for the story is people want to protect the people that are close to them, but if you're not close to a person, they don't want to protect you necessarily, and that leads to problems. When people selfishly only want to care about, like, only want to protect people they care about, as opposed to protecting everybody. This is a story about that one time that Lucifer was like, okay, so the apocalypse has to happen, but what if my best friend was totally fine? What if I made it so that he would be okay? Yeah! I'm being nice. And that is the plot of Devilman. That's not really the plot of Devilman exactly, but like, it's a valid read. Anyway, we hydrate as chat demands. Body break. And big stretch. Big stretch. Anyway, I will say Devilman, it's very violent. You should not be seeking it out if you are a child. Don't do that. But also, it's very good. So if you are not child, it's great. Alright. And then we will do standing crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Oh, it's not quite Berserk levels of depressing. Berserk doesn't even give you glances at hope. It just is like, oh, you thought hope was real? Cute. It is not. At all. And then you're like, oh, are you okay? You seem like you're writing this out of a bad place. Like, literally, person who writes Berserk, my guy, are you alright? The answer is no. Yeah, she has. Oh, yes. He was great as bearded samurai. That too, yes. He's shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate. It's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him? About that security camera. Oh, yes, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through the gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture, too. But I don't bother myself with those details. I I just view all the photos on the computer over in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do. Can I go into your security guard station? I would like to. The computer that runs the security cameras. Hey! No touching! But I would like to touch it. Looks like the studio van. They probably use it to carry equipment, to carry around film equipment. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. I want... Bow. Alright. To the employee area! Oh, right. I have voices to do in here, I think. Nick! This is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look! There's Powers' dressing room. No one here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Is that clothes? No clues here. Oh, right. There's a sign on the dressing room door. Mr. Will Powers. It must be neat to be the star and have your own room like this. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh. It's so normal. I was expecting some cool theme snacks or something. Popcorn, at least. But wait! Look! Samurai soda! Nick, try this! Ladies first. The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. Mmm, T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What? I wish I had a second stomach just for steaks. I would eat them all the time. I would eat every steak. Chat, can I... Chat, tell Staff I can have a steak. I want a steak. Can I have a steak? Staff? Can I have a steak? Oh. I said no. No. Really? Oh. Staff's never gonna let me have anything good. I know you let me have ramen. Okay. Oh. I know! Steak sounds good right now. Steak's delicious. We love it. A bike. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably neo-old Tokyo Castle. Can we examine the ladder? Please? The series has a joke! I want the joke! Fine. The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through there, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right. Huh? Hey, I'm not a kid! Maya, weren't you arguing? That must be the storage room. That's where they keep the film equipment. Oh. Wow, Nick, you know a lot about the industry. What else would they keep in a film studio? He's not wrong. Ah. Okay.
Well, there's no one here to talk to, so off we go! To the dressing room!
Power's dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping.
No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they?
Right. And there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth. For his sake.
Oh, he definitely is.
Let's not forget, doesn't show his face. There's a vast array of cosmetics here.
Oh! This is the wig he used in the Samurai Boogie Woogie.
Nick, try this on! No. And how can you tell the name of the show just by looking at a wig?
I, kind of like samurai movies?
Kinda.
Well, to be fair, she is a spirit medium.
There's a bunch of snacks on this table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies.
Nick, I'm hungry!
You just had a burger!
Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. That's 2 separate stomachs! She's getting cow amounts of stomachs. They got 3. They got 3 many. Wait, 4. They got 4 many. That's so many stomachs. I wish I had so many stomachs for food. I only have 1. I only have 1 and my esophagus goes right there, but it gotta wrap all the way around.
How many stomachs does this girl have?
Cow many! Almost cow many. Cow got 4 many. This must be Power's bag.
Hey, don't open that.
Look!
An employee card key. This must be Power's. It says Studio 1.
Well, she's got 1, and she's got 1 for T-bone steaks, and she's got 1 for sweets. That's 3 many. I wish I had 3 many stomachs. I've only got 1 many. That's not enough. What if I need something really big? It would take me forever. It did take me forever. It was so big.
Either way, my gonna burn through someone's wallet and ain't gonna be mine.
Fair. Let's take it, Nick.
Borrow it. You mean borrow. Okay, we've got a card key. There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of the costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one myself.
Well, we're allowed in the employee area. You didn't miss much. I got very excitable. We're allowed in the employee area. We went in there and we found that there is a vent that someone could fit through if they were a child. And T-bone steaks. Uh-huh.
Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday.
I think that's everything in here.
It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open his window much. I guess it is kind of dusty outside.
You're appropriating my Canadian culture again! Always apologizing. You're an American. You should be like, how dare you continue without me? I'll sue you if I missed anything important. Whoa, I'm very angry. Etc. Pretty sure that's how America. Okay. Don't forget about the guns. I won't. That's okay, I can. I'll do it. America's different. Here, the only thing we use guns for is hunting aminals. You have a rifle for deer, And you have a littler rifle, well, a lower caliber rifle or different shot for birds. Though birds I tend to put a crossbow for. I do have a tendency to like to use blunt tip thing, like a blunt tip for them. Because that just stuns them and then you can sort them out after that. For deers, there's gun or crossbow. Once again, crossbow very good at finding aminals. And if you want to play with handguns, you take them to the shooting range. But otherwise, you keep them locked up safely and their ammo stored somewhere else. That's how it works. Next best thing, fireworks. Yes! Oh, dove hunting. I could teach you how to use a crossbow. It is not complicated. Modern crossbows are especially not complicated. They are very simple point and click. It depends on the one. But generally speaking, you slot the bolt into place. It slides back a bit. It makes a click noise. And once that's done, don't touch the trigger. Whatever you do, don't touch the trigger. Unless you are intending to put a crossbow bolt into something that you are pointing at, don't touch the trigger. You must learn trigger discipline before you handle any weapon like that. It's of grave import. Because if you don't learn trigger discipline, you will have a very bad time. Everyone will have a very bad time indeed. But yeah, like any weapon, they are a tool to do a thing. Or like any tool, really. They are a tool to do a thing. They should never be a tool that you use on a person. That's bad. Bad news indeed. Anyway. Moving on. I forget how to get to... Can I go to Studio One? Oh, I had to examine it. Sorry, this is Studio One. It's the area where they found Jack Hammer's body. Can we go in and investigate it, Nick? I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened! Oh, right, we're in! She is way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Yes! Yes, you get it! Step 1, load crossbow. Step 2, don't hit the trigger, don't hit the trigger, don't hit the trigger. Step 3, aim and then hit the trigger. Exactly! Modern crossbows also have a safety on them, generally speaking. So that even if you do accidentally hit the trigger and you don't mean to, you don't. It depends on the weapon. Modern hunting crossbows are really sleek, too. They don't even stick out at the sides like old-timey ones do. They have a different firing mechanism. Why do I know this? Because I like them. I think they're neat. And it's fun to aim at stuff and hit that stuff. Yes! Yes! That's exactly it! Red's right. That is why the crossbow was highly effective in the Middle Ages. It was so simple for peasants to use compared to other weapons of the time. And it was also very powerful at the time as well. Because you could point, click, bang. And worse, crossbow bolts were really good at penetrating the seams of armor. So, for a long while in the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church tried to ban them. Tried to ban crossbows, straight up. It didn't work out. It did not work out for them. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you've used a BB gun before. We have BB guns and dart guns. At home, they're all airsoft ones, and their job is to teach you how to use a gun to aim with, because they're small enough that even if you got little hands, you can still hold them okay. We got little targets set up in the basement for them. Yeah! We got little targets in the basement for them, and they don't really hurt anything. Well, that's not entirely true. They can hurt you, but they can also hurt, they also scare mice and rats and stuff away. So it's good for, like, target practice if you need to spook something. And sometimes you do need to spook something, because it's getting at the grain, and the cats are lazy. Lazy cats. So you have to do it yourself. Until everything can get moved properly. Ooh, I love archery. You might have guessed, but I love archery. And yes, I do know the ones. I've been to the ones. Nerf guns! Nerf guns are a recipe for losing Nerf darts. That's what they are. Let's go! Inside Studio One! What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. I need to finish modding a bunch. Yes, modded Nerf guns! Even despite our massive differences, we've both been to Christian summer camps. It's true. We called it church camp. We had a day camp called Vacation Bible School. And we had a sleepaway camp, which I'm given to understand is what you call the camps where you go overnight and stay in cabins. And that was a thing. Yeah! I forgot they were a brand. Legitimately forgot they were like a brand. I remember it really well. Like, the day camps were fun and the crafts were exciting and I had fun with that. Ours is called our sleepaway one is called St. Anne's. Yes, and then you have to buy more on repeat. The whole business model of Nerf. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, okay. So story time. So we're all at camp. We're all at camp, and I'm in a cabin, and it's very exciting. And we're all sitting there in the cabin in our bunks because it's 2 bunks to each room, so four girls. And we're all sitting there, and eventually, we're all like, okay, you know what? We're all bored. We're the only ones in here. You know what we're gonna do? What? And we all come and sit down on the floor. And we sit there for a second, and each of us somehow pulls out a bag of candy. Each of us has a bag of Skittles. Each of us has a bag of Skittles. So we pull out our Skittles, and we look at each other. For a second, we were like, what? And then we were like, huh. And anyway, we were allowed things like decks of cards and stuff, right? It wasn't that ridiculous. So we sat there with this deck of cards and these Skittles. And then we did the only sensible thing. We poured the Skittles into the middle. On top of... I think we put down sheets of loose leaf or something. I don't remember what we put down there. It might have been a binder. It's very difficult to recall. But we put something under the Skittles so that they wouldn't get lost through the cracks in the wood. We were not worried about dirt. We didn't care about dirt or bugs. We were just like, what if they drop through the cracks in the wood? And so we have the Skittles. And then we spent the rest of the time gambling on Skittles. That was our night that night. It didn't become a Skibbles gambling ring. But it did give us the word Skibbles instead of Skittles. Because I mispronounced something once around my silly little radula, and everyone else thought it was funny and cute. And I was like, oh no, this is my life now. I'm the Skibbles kid. It's okay, I'm still the Skibbles kid. Ooh, once I got a cabin that was like inside of a tree. It was really cool. That's amazing. I would love a cabin inside a tree, but it would have to be a really big tree. We don't have trees big enough to carve out the inside of here. They might on the West Coast. They definitely have huge trees on the West Coast. I bet you could live in them.
Well, the evil magistrate did die here, and the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me.
It would get warm inside a tree. Okie dokie. I know! Skibbles do be funny. We love Skibbles. Am I the only one that sorts Skibbles by color? I feel like that is, part of me was like, surely the neurotypicals must do it. But I sort Skibbles into fruit salads. So, like, you know how there's always 5 flavors of Skibble, right, in a bag? So I sort them into little fruit salads, where, like, there's one of each flavor. And then you put them like that, and then the last ones you just group up by color because there's not enough of them. And then you eat all your little fruit salads, and then you smush all the rest of them, even though you sorted them by color. You smush all the rest of them into your face and chew them all at once. And it's very difficult if there's not enough to go around. Because you could be eating a bag of Skibbles minus 5 Skibbles. Now I want Skibbles. Steph, I want Skibbles! Yeah, I know what time it is. Do we have Skibbles? They got my hopes up for nothing. I wanted Skibbles. I will get Skibbles tomorrow when stores exist. Yeah, I sort the Skibbles. I also sort the M&Ms and the Smarties. Look, if it's a colorful candy, eat them one by one. That's fair too. That is an understandable approach. Especially when there are strawberry Skibbles to consider. Strawberry Skibbles and green apple Skibbles are almost good enough to overcome my desire to sort them. Not quite, though. But almost! I get really excited when there's more strawberry Skibbles left over, because then I can eat all the strawberry Skibbles at once. After my fruit salads. Anyway, that is, this is why we don't get through these cases in one go, because I get distracted by Skibbles. Ooh, Jolly Ranchers. I didn't love those as much because I was spoiled by good warheads. Jolly Ranchers could have been good, especially Jolly Ranchers Sour, where they had like the little indent and then you put the sour stuff in. They could have had something, but I was spoiled by warheads. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Hey, you, no touching that. Sorry. My partner is kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? This girl looks like she would have a team full of Eevees and Eeveelutions. Also, her name is still Penny. Warheads are so good! The old warheads. Hi, Tyler, welcome in! Where's Edgeworth? Don't worry, we're getting through. We're getting through the hard part of this. Edgeworth currently is sitting staring out the window, drinking tea. He is morosely staring out the prosecutor office window, drinking tea. We ruined his life. Here I am burdened with unnecessary feelings. Send Edgeworth. Okay. Anyway, this is Penny. Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh. You're WP's people. WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP, I got it. I don't envy you guys one bit, but do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry. Leave it to us. What do you mean, no husbands? Twitch chatter needs their husband. It's true. Penny is very smart. She's a sweetheart. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes.
I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see.
Only one assistant?
Yes, well, the studios aren't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences.
I see. Neat. I will start fires! Oh no.
In the morning, we went through the action sequence in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else.
The employee area? That's where Powers' dressing room is, right?
Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that.
Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room?
No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of a girl do you think I am?
Honey, we don't know if you're a Fujoshi. We don't know. We can't tell. Look at you. We don't know if you are.
What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy.
Not really.
Actually, there's been something bothering me.
Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue, a lead.
Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here.
You sensed?
Yes, several times.
Some other studio employee, maybe?
No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside.
Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that.
No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Can't hear you over the crackling embers. Well, I'll allow it. Edgeworth! It's true. We love this man. He's beautiful. Wait until we get to case 4. My favorite case. Y'all are all simps for him. Yes. Look at him. Not only is he beautiful, he is depressed. When do I get my Edgeworth floor? Case 4. Oh, and some of this case too. I do not simp, I simply enjoy his presence. It's okay, I like him. He's very pretty.
So you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio?
Yes, I think.
I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony.
Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Or he was already dead! Who knows? Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in! I've always wanted to sit in one of those! Hey, Nick! Take a look at that! One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look! A megaphone! A real-life megaphone! Ready? Nick? Action!
This girl is more trouble than I thought. Hey, she's 17. Let her have this.
Look! A ladder!
That's a step ladder.
So? What's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Right. Sorry. This girl is out there.
By the by, that joke continues through the entire series. I once again say that he wouldn't have missed. Oh no. I'm simping. I have 0% shame. Just a coincidence that I get thirsty every time Edgeworth's mentioned. I know what you all are. I think we only know what I am. I'm a 4-centimeter tall octopus. Wow, look at that camera. Aw, no. Okay, don't think there's anything else here, unless... Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Of course, that's the mountain, Neo Fujiyama. Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not old Tokyo, Nick. Neo old Tokyo. Oh, right. Phoenix. Ah. Ah. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, I guess it's time for us to bother. Yeah, new old Tokyo. At least they didn't spell it old. They could have done, but they wouldn't have pronounced it correctly. I will tell y'all right now that ye old. Medium Tokyo? No, Tokyo 3. We should expect an angel attack. And be concerned about impacts. Possibly third, possibly fourth. Depends on how we count them. There is no Tokyo 4, just 1, 2, and 3. The other two, Tokyo 1 and 2 are decoys for angel attacks. Tokyo 3 is the safe Tokyo. It's not. Don't listen to me, it's not the safe Tokyo. No Tokyo is safe in Neon Genesis Evangelion. Delicious.
What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
I miss Tokyo 2 Electric Boogaloo.
What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1, correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be.
But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day.
What?
Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am?
Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me?
Eek!
Alright, you better tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh?
We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1.
Huh! She's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins are like that nowadays, running your mouths, blah, 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 blah. I'm very angry about youngins talking so fast that I cannot be read properly. Growl!
She left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. We go to the security guard's hut. Can I examine the security guard's hut? And then go?
Oh yeah! Wendy Oldbag knows how to yap. She is, in fact, what you might call one of them fine southern security guards. An excellent example of a southern church lady. Excellent and polite until she thinks you have done something wrong. At which point, you had best look out, because when you do something wrong, and the church ladies think you have done something wrong, there are consequences.
Always consequences. Consequences! The computer that runs the security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with the computer.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you did redeem a watermelon game. Should I try the computer? Yes! Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick?
Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. And then the security guard became offended and stopped doing her job, I guess. Alright.
Yeah, that sounds right. The studio's fallen on hard times.
Hard times.
Okay. Alright.
And she calls the new generation easily offended. Well, that is practiced church lady behavior. They started it, is the thing. They're the ones who were disrespectful. So, because they don't respect you, you don't have to respect them. But when you say a sentence like that, what you mean is, because they don't treat you as an authority, you don't have to treat them as a human person. Because respect has multiple meanings in that sentence.
And it's always so. Okay, you redeemed a watermelon game. I was not intending to bust out the Switch tonight, but I should always be intending to bust out the Switch. Hard times, gotta keep it, times. Hypocrisy, thy name is Church Lady. Exactly. Okay. Nah, it's alright. We'll come back. We're gonna get Edgeworth today. You better believe we're gonna see the man. He's very pretty. I like him. We might even see the inside of his office, even. Oh, it's not on. Ignore the power button. It's not actually on. Give me a second. Okay. Gonna do magic. Wizard stuff. I did it! There we go. TV had to start up.
And now you put rose-colored boy back in my head. My rose-colored boy.
I need to listen to that song again. It's on Andre's playlist, but I haven't been writing him lately because I've been very busy writing the other boys. I have so many blorbos from my brain to write. Also, I'm very, very pleased that I have like a deep-fried TV accent. I'm quite pleased with that. Then again, Southern isn't that hard to get for me to get to. Because I have examples of it. Like, you know. Yes! Bunk! Bunk! Oh no! Orange, how could you? No, don't do it again! I should have known. That's how physics works. That's a persimmon. Oh yeah, for those of you wondering, because I didn't know. It's cherries, strawberries, grapes. Then it's Satsuma orange. Then it's persimmon. Then apple. Then pear. Then peach. Then pineapple. Then muskmelon or just melon. And then watermelon. Come on, physics, you can do it! Physics done did do it. These physics won't work out, but I'm going to drop that here anyway. Oh dear. Physics? Hi, physics? It's me. That wasn't quite what I was going for. It's okay, you tried your best. Sometimes I just talk to the physics. Oh, I'm glad you liked Poster of a Girl. I thought you might.
So it's 2048, but with fruits then.
Yes, this is exactly what this is. This is a merge game. It very suddenly got very popular. Because it was like $2 to $5 and people were just all over it for some reason. And it's surprisingly still a very popular puzzle game. I assume it's the cute designs and the fact that it's a very simple game. Like, in general, so it's super easy to actually pick up and play.
It really did feel like a mobile game ported to Switch, though, I will say.
Welcome in, Dustnox. Yes, I would say it's very popular. Also, Val, when I pick out music for people, I try and pin down what it is they like about the songs that they like in the first place, and then find other things that are fairly similar to that. Not in the Spotify way, though, but in a way that actually works. Not in a, people who listen to this also listen to that. But in a, well, if you already like Chappelle Roan, you're going to like Metric, because Metric was Chappelle Roan before Chappelle Roan. That was, that was the sad girl music before Queen of the Sad Girls. Welcome in, Daphne! Oh, what a good profile pic to go with that name. Delightful. Poster of a girl. Anyway, we will get back to Phoenix Wright. Twitch chat has redeemed a watermelon game, so that is what I am doing to fulfill their demands. Da, 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 da. Their incredible demands. Why spell it pterodactyl when it sounds like pterodactyl? Oh boy! Do we want to talk about etymology? Because this can all be traced back to ancient monks. Once upon a time, a long time ago, Latin. So here's the thing. Pterodactyl is Latin-ish. Latin-ish. A lot of science words are Latinish or Greekish. Oh, thank you for the subscription! Thank you for the subscription. It helps the channel grow and all of that stuff. As you guys can... As everyone who's been here a while already knows, we stream every day here, and there is a Let's Play a Day over on YouTube, because of course there is. I play a lot of games, and you know what? I'm going to play them anyway, so they're going on the internet. Alright. Whoop! Anyway, yes, so pterodactyl is the ptera part of that, or ptero, is wing. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make you guys real mad about helicopter, too, in a minute here. Anyways, the pterodactyl part is, ptera is wing, and dactyl is finger or hand, depending. So that's why we call it that way. The thing about English, though, is that English hates you and wants you to be very sad about pronunciation. So when it steals words, it pronounces them however it pleases, more or less, pronounces them however it pleases, and then is like, yeah, you're on your own. We had this problem with the word kernel as well, where the Italian spelling for that word won out, or at least was what was anglicized, but the French pronunciation is what we kept. And that's why kernel is that way. What's wrong with helicopter now? Oh boy. I'm inventing a new word called feeding. It's a combination of fishing and eating. It's when you catch a fish that already ate a fish, like a Russian doll layer toy. Oh, I love that! A fish matryoshka! We would love a fish matryoshka! What's wrong with helicopter now? So, most people are out there thinking that helicopter, if you split it down to its root words, would be hella and copter. But that's not true. It is helico, and pter. The pter part is wing, and helico. Helico is like, spinning, or twirling, if you will. So it's a twirling wing.
That's how you split that word down. And now that you know it, you can't unknow that fact. Like me, you're stuck with that horrible knowledge. And the same knowledge that I tell chat every time I think of it. Scale, scale, and scale are false cognates in English. Those words aren't even related. And I tell chat every time I remember, because every time I remember, it's a fresh horror in my mind. Oh, scale is in to scale a mountain, scale is in on a fish, and scale is in the thing you weigh stuff with. Are false cognates. It means they sound like each other, but don't mean the same, but don't like share the same roots or mean the same thing. Oh, we hate that. Oh, that won't go down there, but we'll try. Oh, but maybe this should clean up things nicely. Yes! Like feeding is when you catch a big fish with the fish inside. It's not digested yet. Like if you catch a fish and look in its mouth and see another fish inside, that's called feeding. Yeah! Lots of things under the sea do that. Especially in the deep sea where I'm from. I wish I could say where I'm, but Staff is like, no, you live in an aquarium. And I know that, Staff. I have lived in an aquarium for so long. So long. Whoa. Bump. Oh, come on. Wah. Bunk? Bunked. But in a good way. Not in a bad way. Not in the bad, sad speedrunner way. Come on. Bonk. Physics? Hi, Physics. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Oh, boy. I'm not very good at this game, you see. No! Maybe? Guys, maybe? Come on! How do we get it? How do we get them to touch? Also, like lime scale, maybe? That scale is a true cognate with, like scale on a fish. Listen, every time I read bream, I read bream. I don't know how that fish is pronounced. Inventing another word called ahira. It's pronounced ahira because the G's gone to get the milk. And it means when you finish the game but not notice. Like finish a level and still think of it as the same level. Oh, we've all been there. I get the same vibe for like when you feel like you definitely should have died there. Come on! Please. Melons, please. You're so close to each other. Come on, you gotta get married. Come on. You can do it. Why? Come on, please. Oh, they're so close. They're so close. Maybe a little bonk. Tap. A tap. The gentlest tap. We did it. Okay. Physics to me, but we did it. We still got a watermelon. Get married already, watermelons. Exactly. Wait, did you say again? Oh my gosh, we're never getting to Edgeworth. Oh, bream is correct. However, it can be pronounced like brim. Oh, yeah, no, I see it.
I've seen some words and how they're pronounced. I get it. Depends on where you are in the vowel shift, too. Chat. Chat, I'm putting a limit on Watermelon Game. Y'all are too excited about Watermelon Game. Bunk. I know pineapple pizza. That was one cool watermelon. Did you see those sunglasses? Yes. Twitch can have what they want if they can fund it. That's true. I've seen pineapple pizza. Unfortunately for pineapple pizza, I like pineapples on pizza. Although, side note, turtle is hilarious. I love the turtle in pineapple pizza. Adorable. 10 out of 10 aminal. Fastest moving creature I ever saw in my life. I'll finish writing the lore someday. You can't make me. I can't make you. But I can't write anything unless I have lore to work with. The curse of the writer. Ah, oh no. I'm gonna catch it. I didn't catch it. Physics. Physics, why must I suffer? Why must I suffer these injustices? Thank you, physics. Physics works in mysterious ways. They aren't actually all that mysterious. We know most of the ways that physics works. We're still just wrestling with the concept of how it does the thing that it does. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da, ba-da. Oh! Oh! Peaches. How will you roll, Peach? Okay. Oh, this is dangerous. I did it. It was dangerous, but I did it, and it worked. If it works, then it's not dangerous anymore. Opportunity! Like that. Whoa! Okay, bye. No? Alright. The physics is not in my favor tonight. Oh, wait! Oh, I was not paying good attention. That's okay. Maybe. 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 Oh boy! So much happened there. That was one zesty watermelon. It has sleigh glasses. Yes! Yeah, I know. But also, I don't want to make it into a self-insert and be seen as cringe. No! Do not fall victim to people who tell you things are cringe. Those people are wrong and jealous of someone being happy. They're like, oh, I see you having fun. That's unacceptable to me for some reason. Sometimes a reason to be like, please don't have fun that way is fair. Sometimes the fun you're having is shooting a gun into the air for some reason I don't understand adequately. Sometimes you're just blowing stuff up. Then it's fine for people to step in and say, hey, maybe please don't. But sometimes you're just writing for you, something that's not intended to be published or high fiction or whatever, or even if it is, it doesn't matter. And you're having a good time. I will say this. If published authors If published authors can write all the self-inserts they want, then you can write whatever. Please remember the lady who wrote Twilight is published. Despite Bella being absolutely, literally just her but a teenager. Please don't forget that. Besides, we all put a little bit of ourselves into our characters when we're writing. We always do. We can't help it. 'Cause, like, when you're writing, who's doing the writing? Who is it? It's you. Despite everything, it's still you. Yeah, peer pressure is cringe. Man, I forgot Twilight was a thing. Exactly. Despite everything, it's still you. And I know when that line is being used in Undertale, it's But you know what? Out of context, it's still true. Whee! Yeah! I think I will roll the dice in this direction. Good. Uh-oh. No! My clever plans! My clever plans! My plots, my ploys! Alas. Whoa! No, come back, Peach! My schemes! My keikakus, if you will! I do not get to say keikaku dori! An octopus? Fear the octopus! Alright, that's enough of that. Back to the game at hand. The actual game. This one! It's true. Oh, we hydrate as chat demands. Oh no, we're gonna see Edgeworth. You better believe it. Oh, and a body break too. You guys are so demanding tonight. That was okay. Staff gave me ramen and then I got into a chip bag. Okay. 1. We'll do shoulder presses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. I don't even remember if Edgeworth is the prosecutor for this case. I think it might be Franziska von Karma. But who knows? Wait, no, hold on. Hold on, this is a Steel Samurai case. He wouldn't miss a chance to put the guy who hurt the Steel Samurai away. He would never miss that chance. It's Edgeworth. Okay. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m. That's when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. Oh. We know it. Oh. These are all correct numbers. There we go. There, entered. Hey, it printed out the data for that day.
Let's see what we got. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him.
I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back.
Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
What does that mean?
Maybe there's more photo data from that day.
Nope, that's the only one in the computer.
Powers? Photo added to the court record.
Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial?
Yeah.
We'll put that security lady in her place with this.
Right, we'll put her in her place.
Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says.
Wait, let's not.
Why not?
It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon.
Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate.
Hey, why do I have to be the villain?
Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for today?
I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea of who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady.
It's not. Yeah, you're right. Francisca's not in the first game at all. Don't worry, we're going to play Investigations later. We'll see a lot of Francisca in Investigations. I'm so excited. Francisca and Edgeworth in the same place. You all have someone to be excited about. Here we are at court. Yay! He's here!
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio One at Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see.
I mean, yeah. We gotta get out the Edgeworth voice. It's a very similar voice to the one I tried to use for Magus. And I feel like it's the one we need. I also need a little water. 2 prosecutors to thirst over? Oh boy, and girl. Exactly.
Very well, I would like to move on to your testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
In normal trials, the defense also gets an opening statement. Can I have one? Never mind. I don't need water, you Sims. We all need water.
First, I would like to call a familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Statement of Valentine. Can I have an opening statement?
Statement of Valentine Unicorn regarding a talking blue octopus they found on the internet.
Objection! Chat.
The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case, in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? No, I think we're good. I think I can probably remember that.
Wow, Fier pulled out the archivist heavy voice for this one. It's true. Wow, I need to get a better last name for me and Momo. Unicorn is a fine last name, but it's really more of a family coat of arms.
So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
Samurai spears added to the court record.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie. No need for you to be so embarrassed.
Welcome in, Money Money. Thank you for the follow. Hey, we hit 340. Good work, everybody. Woo!
We hit a follower goal. It's time for this lady's testimony. I love her testimony. I gave her a southern accent for this testimony specifically. I was thinking of Blanche Dubois, the Golden Girl.
What will we do for a 400 follower celebration? Probably more Jackbox games, I think. I've already told you for 1,000 we're doing some kind of charity stream. But for 400, probably Jackbox games. 500, I'll do something a little bit different, but I don't know what yet, because that's going to require planning. Also, for Halloween, we're going to do something fun. Oh, welcome in. We're having a good time here. We're interviewing an old lady. I don't know what we're doing for Halloween. I'm gonna be aquarium staff, probably, maybe. I've decided this is my job now. I can be aquarium staff. I can be science. Yes, spooky indeed. They're very spooky. You heard me. You're way bigger than me, and you're full of bones. They say it's because they're vertebrates. They're full of bones. Did you know they're full of bones? There are many benefits to being marine biology. Yeah. Anyway, back to this.
Oh, dearie. No need for you to be so embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please.
Poor Edgeworth, he never gets... Last trial, he couldn't get the name out of Red White. Now he can't get the name out of this lady. Even us.
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Even when I was young, I was an old bag, but nah, blah, blah. Can you believe it? Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained! The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
Edgeworth, I'm feeling a little bit thirsty. Good! Oh, you want a boy who suffers. This is the one for you. Also, I will say, we already know that that Phoenix and Edgeworth were friends when they were small. They are the same age. Edgeworth is 24 here. Just like Phoenix.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you? You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one heck of an old bag.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. Well, I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from there until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 o'clock p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. You saw the defendant, then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
So up until that time, anyone who wanted to go into the studio could?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have.
So what she's saying is that no one who wasn't supposed to be in there could get in.
Was there anyone else at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning.
Run through?
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start around 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon? Well, I had some errands to run that morning.
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always! Never missed one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Oh, may I? The dark side is a path to many abilities. Some that simp for Miles Edgeworth. I like him. I like him. I want you to know, I want you all to know, when I'm making the little noise, what you should be picturing is that one shy little Dumbo octopus wrapping itself up in her tentacles. You can simp for one more sad character. There's not enough. Listen, this man is a trauma boy. He is... Listen, I will slap the roof of this Edgeworth. This baby can fit so much trauma in him. So much sad motivation. So much tragedy in there. We just have to get into it. You'll see when we get to the fourth case.
Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station.
I don't know.
Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone back to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. I was at the main gate from then until 5 p.m.
I don't think I really need anything from this statement. I feel like it's fine. I don't know. Maybe there's something here. I press every statement when I can.
So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second? Of course! I'm a professional, you know! Why are you criticizing how I do my job? Whippersnapper? No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time! Snipper whapper!
Snipper whapper? Old Windbag is losing it, Nick.
Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon, the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right?
You sure? Wait, how do you know, actually? Who told you? How did you know that? Thanks, Phoenix.
Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
That's Edgeworth's look of how dare you say that. Only I am allowed to say that about that man. And also the look of, she's not wrong, but also only I am allowed to say that about my man.
Poor Detective Gumshoe, getting chewed out by a security guard. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m.
2? You're sure?
Sure as spit! Well, who was the man? Really? You should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers! That man right there! And he was heading towards the studio! So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said! Got wax in your ears, Sonny!
Nick, now this is your chance!
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again! It was him! It was Powers! That man right there! And he was heading towards the studio! I don't know if this is, Powers. Let me get this straight, old bag. Ms. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Ms. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
Edgeworth knows full well it isn't! This man has never missed an episode of Steel Samurai!
Yeah. Well, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that! I wasn't born yesterday! No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Oh, nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised? The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you! Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then.
Fine, I'll drink my water. I'll be no longer thirsty. The power of Sag Boy compels you. We love Sag Boy here. He's so... we love him. You don't have enough Sag Boys. You don't understand. This boy has so much Sagness in him. He's filled with Sagness. Did you spoil yourself? I see you saying fear. Did you spoil yourself? I know how many Sag Boys you have. It's too many. There's never too many, though. There's always more. And Blorbo from my brain. I have a lot of Blorbos from my brain. Don't spoil yourself. It'll hit harder if you don't. Here's one more. You can put him in the pile. You can put him on the pile with the other Sag Boys. He's too beautiful. Somebody animated I hate your stupid face with him, and it's perfect. Him and Phoenix. The pile's gonna topple over. Yeah, I suppose you could make it more of a mound. A mound of boys. A boy mountain. A mountain of boys. If it does fall over, though, then you know what'll happen? It'll be, in fact, raining men. Mm-hmm. It's raining men.
I'll never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene...
Hallelujah! Thank you, chat! Chat knows where we're going! It's okay to be a girl kisser. And it's also alright to like wet cat men as characters and not for kissing reasons. I would like these two wet cat boys to kiss. They can smooch. I would like them to smooch. And also be married a bit. You know, for reasons.
That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at this picture. You can see he's dragging his legs. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
I'll never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall.
Wait, hold on. Trip and fall?
Yes! And to think, he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt.
Ah!
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. I'm sorry, I need to look at this. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Okay. It was a good fic, though. I'm glad it was a good fic. At least it was good literature. Now back to Miles Edgeworth. Yes!
He's pretty. He's pretty! And also full of sadness.
Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is the steel samurai costume now? Actually, well... we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Oh. Object! Hold it right there! We keep talking possibilities, but we have yet to agree that the photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Oh boy. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go into the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
Val, what if I tell you this one thing? This one thing that I find very important. Edgeworth gets a style upgrade in the later games, and he gets glasses. He gets those nice, like, half-rimmed glasses. And he gets a cool, he gets a much fancier, almost, like, pirate-looking outfit. Like, you know, the fancy, like how Ferris's portrait is in Final Fantasy V. I'll show you a picture of him, actually. I can do this. I can do this to you guys. I'm gonna do it right now. He gets those classy glasses. Where is this beautiful man in his classy glasses? Hang on. I'm doing this. Oh, wrong. None of you can stop me. No, that's the wrong one. How dare! How dare my copy paste not work? This is unfair treatment to me. Sorry. Anyway, I have shown Val the full body shot of him just pushing his glasses up. Bark, 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 indeed. Okay, back to it.
So, if no one else went into the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
Wait, shoot, I'm cross-examining. I don't have to... How do you know that? Oh, wait, we already know that.
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts.
The only person I saw go into the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went in there.
That is not true, because this is photo 2 taken that day. Bark, 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 bark. I'm glad you all are excited. Don't worry, we'll get to see Edgeworth with glasses and be fancy. Not in this game. I'm sorry, this is the first game. He doesn't get glasses yet. He's beautiful. Not enough water in the world to quench that thirst. It's true facts.
Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh! You know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Oh, even I know that means it was taken on 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order, order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went into the studio that day, yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo?
Good, now we're all gay for Edgeworth together. Exactly! I just want him to be happy. I would like him to experience the number 1 bracket moment of happiness. Let him have this. He needs it. He doesn't have a lot else. He's not allowed to be joyous. He's a good boy. We love him. No more whimsy and pure unbridled happiness. Oh no, you're gonna love case 4. We'll get there.
Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself. Eh? Watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers! But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy? Help! Uh-huh. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Oh, no.
Oh, I wasn't even reading the judge's lines. It's just grumpy.
I see. Your testimony, please. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them.
Oh no, I'm just grumbled that we have to interview her so much. I want to get to the good bit. The bit where we interview an actual killer. That's the fun part. Because then Edgeworth gets to do all sorts of wild things and he objects to us. A lot. So we get to actually hear his voice regularly. We get to hear not so fast. And such.
I'll throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Keska K? Keska. Yeah, Keska. It's the good bit.
Ms. Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say that was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. No, Keska is still appropriate and accurate as a sentence, kinda. You done it. Oh, I don't want to listen to her again. Wah. What photo? Language is hard, but you did spell it correctly, so that's a good start.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Oh, a fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day? One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right! As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time!
Edgeworth, my boy!
Mr. WP?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So, was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know?
The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick! It's time!
Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Mr. Powers! I'm trying, buddy!
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, you will present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Oh, we're not gonna pin this on Penny, are we? Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
Oh no!
So who was this person, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed the murder?
Yeah, Sardy is great! Oh yeah, by the way, I probably should mention, those exclamation points up at the top are my health bar. When I get stuff wrong or present the wrong evidence at the wrong point, those exclamation marks go away. I'm pretty good at Phoenix Wright, especially the earlier cases, so I'm pretty good at presenting the right thing at the right time. Especially for this game, because I remember it really well. It's one of my comfort games. But, that is a thing. I used to play Stardew with some of my guildies on Saturday nights. Who could have committed this murder? Not the grade school boy, we already said that. The assistant girl is not the security lady.
It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper! Order. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Ms. Oldbag to you! Ms. Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder! Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Oh, well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something. What's my move? Maybe now is my chance to take this a whole new way. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Ms. Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went into the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased. Oh, he's only a grade schooler, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops! Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders' day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? I suppose the security card, yeah? The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you'd need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The windbag, speechless. That has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness. Ms. Windy was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. Court adjourned! We did it! Wait. What? Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking. We're all just like, wait. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Munch, munch, munch. Ms. Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom?
Even Edgeworth is surprised!
Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. But Ms. Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Chat's talking about Stardew Valleys. My second choice was Shane. You're no longer allowed to make decisions for yourself. You need to be watched at all times. Shane? I, too, was like, Shane? To be fair, I forget Sebastian's name repeatedly, and I'm just like, you're all right. Guys, I have terrible news for you. I don't actually care for... Oh, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that you were like, Shane is second choice. Because Haley is right there. But I will say, I don't necessarily care for any of the Stardew Valley romance choices. I don't know why. There was the doctor and Friends of Mineral Town, and that gentleman spoiled me, is the problem with me. I can't undo the damage done. Val! Don't care. Shane's low-key relatable. Oh no! No! Really? Relate to someone better. Okay, back to the game we go. I see we've pressed the correct statement. Aw, you've got the team and stuff. We're here for you for sanity checks. We know what's what. Okay, what did they want you to keep quiet about?
So you were told not to talk. That's right. By the studio and TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. Who were these other people? Well, the director and producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head had fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions. have asked all my questions.
Oh, Emily.
Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and, some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
Adsworth, why are all your cases so difficult suddenly, honey?
I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Adsworth, he's having a moment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Really, it's nothing. Or should I...
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigation. We have to find out more about the director and the producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get the material for the next cross-examination.
So, Nick,
have we figured out just who it was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor Old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Okay. I keep seeing you guys say Shane, and my brain inserts Sean! Because Heavy Rain is really funny when you get the glitch that just lets you yell Sean all the time, anytime you want. Game's hilarious.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
To be continued. I would like to save cleared stage data. Thank you. Val! We know you know what you got into. You've got the team backing you up. Val's our soda provider. Speaking of soda providing. Yeah, I am. Welcome in, King Ronald. I usually go for like 3 hours a night, generally speaking. And I'm up very late. Alright, we hydrate as chat demands. And a big stretch. Big stretch. Let's see. Let's do bicep curls. If you have biceps, you hold the weights down, and then you just curl your hands up to your biceps or your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Back they go. Yeah. You can fix him. I don't know if you can fix him, actually. I don't know if that's necessarily a healthy mindset to have.
What a day.
This is no time for relaxing, Nick. Say, you think WP's got a chance?
I guess that really depends on the people we found out about in today's trial.
The director and producer?
Yeah, them.
Well, what are we doing here then? Let's get to the studios. Okay. To the studios!
No one's here. Right, now that they have Miss Oldbag in custody, I guess they don't have anyone else to replace her.
Hey! In the guard station! Look! She left her donuts!
What? I wasn't gonna eat them. Uh-huh. Aw, we can't get at it anymore.
Well, let's wander around a bit. Hey, Nick.
It looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. You're right. He's probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. So, Nick, remember that Studio 2 we heard about in the trial today? It was down that path with the fallen tree, right? Yeah, I think that's what they said. Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today? Now's our chance, Nick. Let's check it out.
Congratulations!
This is Studio 2? I thought so. It doesn't really look much like a studio, does it? No, that it does not. Hey, there's a trailer over there. It looks pretty sturdy for a movie set trailer. Are we sure this is a studio?
Would I look at the time? I would look at this food.
Looks like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here?
Hey, there's always room for steak.
But something does seem out of place. What? I don't know. It just feels odd.
If there was a T-bone steak there, there would have been a bone.
An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much.
All right, all right. It is time. You guys are correct. Okay. It is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the octopus enclosure. For those of you with me on YouTube, that really is the end of the night. For those of you with me on the other one, Twitch, for those of you with me on Twitch, we're going to go on a little adventure. Where will we go? You know what? Maybe we'll go be detectives. Maybe we'll go be detectives. Oh yeah, we're still good for Stardew. Let's be detectives. This is going to require me to remember how to operate Twitch for a second. Okay. Well. Alright. We're going to see Nobody Wants to Die. Alright, that's it for tonight, everybody. Thanks for playing along with me.